Hi everyone, let's get started with this DIY using this bicycle wheel. This is normally found where all the floral foam is at. I'm going to be using one of these plastic clear plates and I'm going to glue it down in the center of the bicycle wheel, and I'm going to be using some super glue for that. And so I'm going to add some there in the center and also along the spokes of the bike. I'm also going to come in with some hot glue. And now I'm going to lay the plate down right at the center. I'm also going to be adding this Dollar Tree candy bowl to the plate. I'm going to set it in the middle of the plate as you see me do there. For the bottom of the candy bowl, I'm just going to go in with some hot glue. Dollar Tree carries these garden chains, and these are meant to hang baskets and things like that. Well, I'm going to be using this to hang my bicycle wheel. I'll also be using some zip ties to make sure that my chain does not move around once I hook it on to the bicycle wheel. This actually has 3 separate chains, and at the end of each chain there is a hook. For every hook that I put on my bicycle wheel, I'll be adding a zip tie, and that'll keep the chain from moving around, as I said earlier. I make sure that the zip tie is on there nice and tight. So here I've added the 3 chains and I've spread them out on the wheel as I'm showing you there. I added another set of chains just so that it can give me more length. I'm going to be using this one battery operated remote candle from Amazon. I absolutely love these. If you're interested in these, I'll go ahead and link it down in the bottom in the description box. Now, in order for my candle not to move around, I'm going to be using this double-sided tape. I get this at Amazon as well. I'll go ahead and link it down at the bottom in the description box in case you're interested. Now here what I'm doing is just putting some at the bottom of the candle. That way when I need to change out the batteries, it's not permanently glued on to my candy bowl. And although it's just tape, don't let that fool you. It really works very well. I've used it in so many projects. What I really love about it is it really takes hold to any item that you might put together. So now that I'm done adding the 2-sided tape, I'm going to go ahead and place my candle in the center of the candy bowl. So I really wanted this lighted fixture to really look like a chandelier, so I decided to add some of these beads. So I went to Dollar Tree and I got a pack. Actually, I got 2 packs. Since the beads were multicolor and not in black, I decided to go ahead and spray paint them with some spray paint in the color black. I'll be using some of these black zip ties to tie my beads. Here I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna hang them. Once I figured out where I wanted my beads to be, I started to hang them, using once again zip ties to hold them up. So once I would do one section, I would move on to the next section. So once I was done adding the beads on the bottom of the ring, I went ahead and I started draping some more of these beads up at the top. And this is how it turned out with all the beads. For this project, I'll be using this bicycle wheel and some of this Dollar Tree yarn. And basically all I'm gonna do is drape some strands of yarn from the center on down. So I'm gonna take a cardboard as I'm showing you right there, and this is more or less the length that I want for my strands. So I'm gonna start wrapping my yarn around the cardboard a lot of times. I don't even know how many times because I lost count, but it's going to be a bunch of times. And this is how it looks once I've wrapped all my yarn. I am going to cut the strand off from the bottom And then I'm gonna remove the cardboard off of my yarn, and then I'll be cutting the top part of my loop. Next, I'm gonna drape it over the center bar. And then I'm gonna lift up the half top bundle. And then I'm gonna make sure that the strands of yarn are kind of all flattened out. And then I'm gonna take my glue gun and then just put some glue across the bar and then fold over these strands. And I'll continue those same steps until I fill the entire middle bar. And this is how it turned out once I was done. Next, what I'm gonna do is just trim off the bottom. That way I have one straight line. Next, I'll be hot gluing some nautical rope just to trim off the top edge. And from the Crafters Square collection, I'm going to be using this welcome metal sign. And I'll also be using these wood beads from this Dollar Tree wood sign. So all I did is just attach the wood strand to one end of my welcome sign, and then I hot glued it onto the nautical rope there on the center, and I'm going to do the same thing now to the opposite end. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and also share. I'd really appreciate it.